Hey, it's me, MLB. Here's chapter 34 of Rapid Fate Online, and this one's titled Level 7. 4 p.m. the next day, you and Butterfly entered RFO again. Where to today? You asked him as you lay next to him on the bed, stroking the side of his face. I'd like to get to level 8 by today, since we had a bit of a setback yesterday, he replied, turning his head to gaze into your eyes. What's level 8 like? You asked as he kissed your nose. It's okay, I guess. Nothing too interesting, just a lot of sand and palm trees, he said thoughtfully. But I really want to show you level 5. It's really beautiful. Well, I'm excited, he replied enthusiastically as you sat up and leaned over to kiss him on his lips. Let's go. Just one more cuddle? He asked shyly, his eyes averting from yours as he glanced away with embarrassment. No, of course, Butterfly, you cooed as you lay your top half over his and let him pat you. Thank you so much again for having us, you said with a polite bow to the innkeeper as you and Butterfly prepared to leave the level. You are always welcome here, Rat Merchant and Butterfly, she replied with a warm smile. You cried internally. Why this nickname? Why? Many people came to see you off as you climbed aboard the wagon and made your way through the town to the other side. And we're off again, you commented excitedly. It was another lovely day in RFO, and you followed the track up the side of a mountain, heading for level 5. The track was well worn and cut into the side of the mountain, which gave you a beautiful view of the landscape below you as your wagon plodded along slowly. As you rounded a corner, you saw a very fast-flowing river ahead, and Butterfly pulled on the reins of the horse a fair way back from it, before calling the steed to halt. What is it? You asked your man. The boss is in that river, he said, pointing ahead. It's a fearsome water stallion, and I don't want to spook the horse, so I'm stopping back here. Oh, okay, you replied hesitantly, watching as he hopped down from the wagon and started to head to the river. As he got closer, the waters suddenly rose up and melded into the shape of a large horse, its eyes red in colour. You watched intently as Butterfly worked to defeat it, and once the horse had backed down and turned back into the river, he returned to the wagon, and you were on your way again. Once through the river, you came out on the other side and descended into a very misty valley. It started getting colder and you felt slightly uneasy, but Butterfly noticed and put his arm around you, holding the reins in his left hand. It's okay, this place is fine. You gave him a little smile and looked around, looking for what made this level so beautiful. As the mist cleared, you descended a little more into the level. You saw a heap of lakes, small lakes and streams with majestic waterfalls filling them from all sides. Whoa, you breathed. Something moved in the corner of your eye, and you looked to see what it was, but nothing was there. Odd, you thought. You kept going deeper into level 5, and every few minutes you thought you saw something from the corner of your eye, but again, when you took a proper look, nothing was there. You can see them? Butterfly asked softly. So there is something there, you replied. I keep thinking I can see something, but then when I look, nothing's there. They're called whispers, he said as he looked around. They're the field monsters on this level, but they don't bother you. If you want to take them on, you have to go searching for them. Eerie, you whispered with a shudder. Have you fought them before? Yes, a few. They drop good items, Butterfly said. They're difficult to fight when you're looking directly at them, so you need to fight them from the corner of your eye, standing 45 degrees to them. That definitely sounds hard, you agreed. Good practice for fighting monsters that come at you from all sides. If you practice striking while not looking directly at them, it really improves your skills. Ah, so that's why he's a cut above the rest, you thought with a smile. Butterfly didn't stop on his way through level 5, but you got a good chance to look around as you travelled, and then you headed on over across a natural rock bridge and headed into level 6, then through to level 7. This is the level of the red bears? You asked Butterfly as you entered the level. He nodded. I'd like to stop on this level in town and ask the people some questions. Okay, you nodded. You entered the town and stopped at the first inn you came to. Would you like some food? Butterfly asked. We can eat in here at the restaurant. Sounds good, you replied, jumping down from the wagon. Butterfly was wary as he ate his food, and you wondered why he was acting a bit uptight, but he didn't say anything. You are game to show your face here, a player said gruffly from behind Butterfly as he approached your man. Butterfly reached for his sword and drew it quickly, flicking it up as he spun to face the player who had just spoken to him, the tip of the sword just missing the player's throat as he pointed it at him. You squealed with surprise. This was an uncharacteristic side of the usual Butterfly that you knew. I dare you to take me on again, Butterfly replied in a raspy, low voice, his hood hanging low over his face. Oh, he looks so damn cool right now, you thought. Hi, is everything okay? You asked sheepishly from where you sat opposite Butterfly. This player and his guild made fun of my username when I came through this level the first time, Butterfly replied to you without looking, his sword still pointed at the player's neck. The player in question looked past Butterfly to you, and Butterfly growled, Say one word about my girl and I'll end your day right now. The player raised his hands in surrender and shook his head. Wouldn't dream of it, buddy. You prove yourself. Last thing I ever want to do is offend you or upset you again. Butterfly didn't relax. He just kept his head down with his full attention on the player. What do you want? Your man asked slowly. Listen, Butterfly. We need your help, the player said. We hear rumors about one of our red bears on level 4. So was yours then? Butterfly asked sharply. No, not one of ours exactly, but we think it might have belonged to one of our beast tamers, the player said. Butterfly lowered his sword. Go on. Can we talk in private? The player asked. You can pick the place if you don't trust me. I'll do that, Butterfly replied curtly. And then he turned to you. Would you like to come as well on? I'd prefer to keep you close. I don't particularly trust people on this level. The player sighed as Butterfly shot him a look. Hey, I'm sorry, okay? What we did was wrong, but we're not like that anymore, the player said sadly. What happened? You asked as you walked around the table and up beside Butterfly. I am ashamed, to be honest, the player said as he looked at the ground. When Butterfly first came through this level, we thought his username was Vic. We decided to take him out simply because of his name. I'm part of a beast tamer guild. We are all tamers, and all own red bears each. You nodded and glanced at Butterfly, who was looking down at the ground too. Anyway, we acted friendly with him, invited him to our guild. He came. When he got there, we surrounded him with our bears and paid him out. We said some pretty mean things, actually. I still regret to this day, the player said with a sigh. Long story short, he whipped our bears' asses, and then ours. He's not weak at all. You smiled. And there ends chapter 34. Stay tuned for chapter 35.